What's going on, guys? MariK here. Last week we covered all of the maps for the classic Battlefront 1 game, went over their layouts, and talked strategy for each of the various factions. This week we'll be talking about the maps in Battlefront 2, going over the changes to the maps that have come from the first game, discussing strategies for the new maps that are new to the second game, and going over various strategies for each faction on each map. The Tantive IV is definitely one of the smallest maps in Battlefront 2 and probably the most close quarters oriented map in the entire game. The majority of the playable map is tight corridors, hallways, very small rooms. There's only 4 command posts. The Empire and the Droids spawn with the turbines, which is basically like the engine room, and then the Rebels and the clones spawn with the command bridge, fitting as that is, with 2 neutral command posts being the escape pods and maintenance. When playing as the Empire and the Droids, the first thing I do is run straight down the stairs. I don't even run down the stairs, I just jump over the edge and run down these stairs here. I'll throw a grenade over into the doorway, and as you can see, we just got 1 kill. Sometimes you can get lucky and get 2 or 3 kills, and then I'll run in here to the escape pods to try and take it as early as possible. Sometimes they'll send in several units, and sometimes they'll just ignore you completely. Once you have that command post, I like to run out here, and I'll just gun down whoever happens to be in the hallway. It is kind of hard because sometimes you'll have enemies and sometimes it'll be allies. As you can see, there was actually 2 allies that were down there, and it looks like they must have captured the maintenance command post, so that works out nicely for us. The problem is with this particular room that we're trying to get into right now is it is the bridge between this back hallway and the bridge command post. And holy fuck, is it a tight command post indeed. Not even including the fact that the doors are small as shit, but it's so hard to get into. And because of that, it's really tight quarters. I think this would be the least useful map to play as a scout trooper unless you are really good at using the sniper as a shotgun. Otherwise, just don't ever play as a scout trooper. I understand, I like the scout trooper myself, but yeah, it's not worth looking cool. I found that the Dark Trooper is actually one of the better classes to play on this map. I mean, unfortunately, there is a lot of friendly fire when you're playing in instant action. However, I think friendly fire is actually off when playing online because they want to eliminate the number of those team kills. And so I think it's actually off, so you don't have to worry about shocking the shit out of your allies and constantly getting team kills. Then you'll get hate messages. Which, I mean, I couldn't blame them if I was constantly team killing, but I get upset in a game like Halo that does that, whereas in, Battlefront, it's not nearly as easy to team kill as it would be in Halo. And it's not as intentional. The point is to just push them to the bridge back as far as you can, and get some chain kills going. So right there, we just got 3 of them. It is a lot better once you've gotten the permanent damage boost unlocked, because then you're one-shotting everything that's not a Wookiee or a heavy trooper, and those I believe you 2-shot, which I think without the damage boost it's a 3-shot. When playing as the clones and the rebels, I've recently adopted a new strategy. Instead of heading for the escape pods, I run through this almost like meeting room, and instead I head for maintenance. I never used to be a big fan of going to this command post, but the reason I've started doing so is because, 1, there's a difference between when you get cramped in tight quarters in the... what's that command post called? In the escape pod room, one droideka can kind of set you back, but that hallway, that stairway that we went down when we were playing as the Empire, it gets so just like it's a mess. You can't even get through it when you're playing. And so this way you can go up this ramp here. Oh, we just fucked that up. And it leads to their starting command post, the turbines. Now, this is not exactly the safest command post to go to either, and unfortunately, we are playing as one of the more risky classes to play as, but if you can sneak in here, you can pretty much take it uncontested. They'll come after you if you're in here. The players will probably know you're in here, but this one it's kind of like you just went through the back door just to take it from them. I especially love playing as the jet trooper on this map. Not necessarily for the jetpack, but definitely for the EMP launcher and the pistol. It's so good to have both of these things because the EMP launcher does so... Pick up the ammo. It does so well on this map with the tight quarters. And then the Commando Pistol is just always great to have. Obviously, you know, at a certain point you're going to have the award pistol anyways, but that doesn't undermine this strategy in the slightest. Also, if you trap them to where their only command post is the escape pods, then you kind of put them in a precarious situation of that they've only got like 2 ways out, and neither of them are really safe to just walk out of. Now, running in and taking the command post, I'm not about that because it's way too close quarters. But I will definitely stand here and just camp the shit out of it. I mean, if you can get a good grenade in there, then... Oh, man. Well, got a team kill again. So that's going to be it for our strategic map overview of the Tantive IV. It's really close quarters. There's always a lot of action and a lot of friendly fire, too. Again, hopefully online does not have that much friendly fire. We had 5 team kills. Jesus Christ. Hopefully we don't have any when we play online. But it's a fun map. I love playing this map. The matches go really fast. Again, unless you're good with snipers at close range, I would not recommend using a sniper. And other than that, every class really works. It's a great map for every faction. Unfortunately, when you're playing as Empire, Wookiees might get in your way, and the little Bothan spies might burn you alive before you're able to get out of the doorway, hallway, whatever room you might be in. And the same thing goes for the clones with those droidekas, but they take forever to unroll out of their shit and activate the shield, and hopefully you can get out of there before they fully activate and start hosing the hallway they're in. Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection comes out in just 2 weeks, so we hope to see you on the Battlefront.